Hi all, thanks for joining in time. We'll continue. So today I thought of actually starting with the vector DB, but then I thought actually once we complete the vector DB, we need to do UI. So if you are doing a UI, you need a React. So I thought I will complete React in the next 3 sessions. Okay, so it will be easy. So it is not a very difficult thing. So I know you guys will be able to catch up very easily with this. Okay, okay, we can get started. So first of all, you need to understand one thing. You should know HTML. So I guess you know HTML already. So let me share my screen first. Hope you guys you're able to see my screen. All right. So first, let's actually look at HTML primer. I will take 2 minutes to explain what is HTML and how it works. You know that HTML is actually let's open one of the existing one. And you know that, there is a HTML file. How do you create? You create a new file, a.html, and HTML, then body, then h1, okay? Heading 1, right? So this is the HTML. I think many of you know how to do it, and you know what's the button, and on click what to do, all these things. I guess you know it I know it very much, I guess. So now here I have actually created one heading and one button. So let me show you this here. A revealing finder, and let me open it. Okay, so this is what actually is, you can see this is actually showing. So I think you know it very much. What is the problem with the HTML? Why do you need a React? So, you can create buttons, you can create headings, you can create paragraphs, right? So why do you need a button? Why do you need a React? So the problem with HTML is it is not modular. So it is simply a markup language, and it is doing it very well. Okay, but if you want to use it like a language, it will not allow, because that kind, it was not built for that. So that is why we are having a React kind of applications or frameworks where we will actually use it. One second. Okay, so that is why we are having a React kind of thing. So in using React, you are building HTML, but with a twist. So it will allow to write HTML which is modular. So today's plan is this: what is React, and what are the components, and how the components are delivered. They are delivered as functions, And then today we will learn about JSX. Today we will learn about properties and state, how the state is maintained in the React, and what is rendering and what is re-rendering, what is the problem. I mean, there are some problems with rendering and re-rendering, and how to maintain large React code bases. And okay, so this time I will teach you not just the code, but I will also include you how to generate the code using the AI, because writing code by hand is is going to, I mean, it is going to be extinct. So you probably, when you start working, I mean, people who are still in BTech, so when you start working, probably you will not write code by hand. You will use that. So I will teach you the concepts, then I will also teach you how to generate the code. I think that is the that actually makes sense. And at the same time, you need to understand what are the concepts and how to debug, and what are the design principles. All those things you will understand. All right. So this is the plan for today. Let us look at the foundation check. Guys, if you don't know already, as I mentioned you already, you need to learn about basic JavaScript, how to create variable, what is a function, how to call arrays, objects, and all those things. And next is HTML structure. What are tags, attributes, nesting of HTML structure, and you should know how web pages work, what is a browser, and what is a DOM. Okay. And then finally, we will also use AI tools for code explanation. So these are the things you should, like, for example, if you don't know how a code works, you should know how to take the help of ChatGPT or any other LLM to get an explanation about it. Okay, I hope you know these things very well. First is, let us actually understand what is a React. So React is actually like it will create components. It will create a components as a functions. Like, for example, if you open your favorite thing, see, guys, you look at this. There are things like this. For example, this is a component, this is a component, this is a component, and whatever you see, these are repeatable components, right? And things like this. So everything is a component. For example, menu is a component, right? And inside this is a component, right? Sometimes there is a hover, there is actually color changing, and sometimes, so all these things, everything is a component. Okay. So how you create components, and here components are created as a functions that returns the UI. So that is the major concept, or major React USP is, it will create a function that returns the UI, a component UI. For example, it returns this, what is a header, and what is a 2 or 3 or 4 images, and what is the image for this, everything it will provide it, and this will be rendered. Okay, if you change in one place, everything will be changed. So that is the beauty of it. That is the modularization of React. So that is why React is very powerful. Okay. So definition is this. If you are looking at bookish book definition, basically React is all about, it is a JavaScript library where you will build user interfaces by writing the functions that return what should appear, how it should appear, what is the, what is the CSS style, everything will be set inside the functions. So the function will have a complete control. I hope you understand this. So there is no magic, there is no mystery. So it is a function. So we directly jumped into this. okay, what is a React and all. So let us go little bit slow. Now, let us imagine one vending machine, like coffee vending machine, okay, where you will press a button, something will happen internally, and finally you'll get a snack or coffee. So input, process, output, correct? So probably you might have seen, right, coffee day vending machines. You click a button, you keep a cup, and you press a button. Yeah, if you want a cappuccino or anything else, you press that button, and the process happens. And in the cup, you will get the coffee. So input, process, output, a very basic structure. So the React components will work the same way. Okay. So for example, if you look at Netflix, so you might have seen Netflix, right? Each movie card is a component. Each row of a movies is a component, and the entire homepage is a components inside components. So if you look at Amazon, everything is a components inside the components. Anything. So everything what you see here is a component. It can load dynamically, all those things. For example, right? Look at this. Back to top is also a component. So everything is a component. Okay, you understand this, right? So let us see some real code. So since you don't know how to create a React, let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let me create the React one project. So let me show you how to create a project. So for that, let us do one thing. Okay, so let us close this. I don't want this. We'll create a new project. So open folder. I will go to projects and I'll create new folder. Okay, so this is what actually I will do. Okay, so here, so you know that and now we have a empty folder structure here. So I'll create new folder. Say let me call it as UI. And inside UI, I want to create one project. Okay. So for that, what I will do, I will use Node. Okay. So I will send you these commands. Don't worry about it. Just try to update your mind now. Okay. Just focus on this. Well, I will go to integrated terminal. Means it is a commands you can enter here. So I will type, first of all, I'll make sure whether node is available or not. So I will say node node version, or simply node -v. You can do that. So this is node is there and version is 20. So I hope so you have to make sure that is satisfying your requirement. Okay. Next, if you want to create a React project, you can do multiple ways. So I will take one way. So I will use npx. Okay, npx. There is one command called this React create React app. Okay, create React app. Okay, and you will actually create. So for example, I want to create a Amazon like website. So I'll create Amazon. So now this means I'm asking to create, once again, it is asking create React app 5.1.0. So this is the component create React app. It is creating. Its version is 5.1.0. Do you want to proceed? Yes, please create. It will take some time. So if you look at this, you're saying npx, and you have a create React app. So this is the component I'm calling, and then I'm passing one parameter, which is Amazon. Amazon means that is the name of the project. If you look at this in under UI, you're already having a Amazon folder. And first thing it will create is package.json. Okay. And this will create. So this is a very lengthy process. Let it create. Okay. This will create a basic structure. It will create so that when basic scaffolding is there, then actually you can start. If you want to start from very beginning, you can say you can create in a different. Let us not worry about that right now. Let us focus on how to create a project using the default, using the create React. Then you see that it has also created node modules. So these are the dependencies that is needed for running this. And you see it has created a public folder, it has created a SRC folder, and it has created a git ignore, everything it has created. See, so now you have this entire application live. Now, how to see whether it is working or not? So I will run it. How to start? So it has given npm start. Okay, let me run this. npm start. Okay, so it is not there because we are inside the UI, but we should go into Amazon. So cd Amazon, and then you say npm start. So this is how you start a React application or any node application. So now you see that this has opened here. So this is what actually is default website. Okay. So now I will show you where is the code. Okay. In SRC, you go to app.js. You have mentioned the package.json will know where exactly you want to start. Okay. So now you are actually giving, you are starting from app.js. In app.js, before you go there, you look at public. Public means this is where app will be hosted, and there is something called index.html. Under index. This is the file that will get opened, and you see div.id root. So here is where the app will be hosted. So this is too much of a detail, but don't worry. If you don't understand, what you need to focus is, I will tell you now. So all your code will go into app.js. So here is where your execution will start. Okay. Your execution starts right here. Okay. Now you see this is everything is a function. I told you, right? Everything is a function. It is an app. Okay. And we have now I have put an image here. I have put an image. So the image is logo. Logo is coming from logo.svg. Okay. And then there is one function, there is one paragraph which is called edit this app.js code and save to reload. So if you modify this, this will be updated. Let us see if it really works. Okay, I will add one more line. I am changing this. See, this is updated automatically. So this is the beauty of the React. This is the one feature a lot of people like. So the moment you save the file, this will be updated. Okay. Good. So now this is getting updated, which means app.js is the entry point from where everything will be executed. Okay. Good. So now what we have understood, there is an app in app.js. Inside this, I'll make some changes and this gets executed. Okay. You see that, it is like HTML, like everything is like HTML here only. Okay. You can write HTML inside the functions. So this is actually very useful. I will tell you how this is very useful. Okay. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, in the next class, we will discuss more about it. Today, we will actually focus on the topics which we have discussed already. What are the topics? So I think we already discussed. Let us go one by one. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. All right. So first of all, you see that every component is a function. So let us create a small, okay. Let us create a small function and let us see if it really works as a function. Okay. So let us go here. Let's go to Visual Studio and I will create a component or a function. So now what I will do, okay, I'll create a new file here. I will say what we will give. So sample dot JSX. It will be either sample JSX or JS. So inside this, we will actually put this whatever that you see here. Okay. Function welcome return. Okay, I think there is some rendering issue. You need to have a quotes here. So now you go to function or inside this, inside the app only we can do function. Okay. Hello. Then it returns. It returns. So it returns a paragraph. Paragraph is hello world. So that's it. So now I want to put this, put this function here as a component. What I will do, right below the header, before the image, I will say hello. Okay. It has not come, so I will actually save it. Guys, look at this. It is as simple as that. So this hello can be in the same file or it can be a different file. For example, it is there in the sample. What I will do, I will actually copy this. I'll cut this. I'll go to sample. I will say export default function or export function hello. And then I will go to app.js. I will say import. What is this called? This is called hello. Import hello from sample. That's it. Export default. Okay. Now I have to say in brackets, I have to say hello from sample. Are you clear? Very simple, right? For example, you want to show image or image with the header, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you do it here and you just have to import that and you can use wherever you want, you can use it. If you want to pass the parameters, you can pass. Okay, we will see that later. So I hope you understand you got the sense of how a React component. So it is a function. All right. So no complex setup, no weird syntax, just it is actually like, you have seen this here. So you are just returning one paragraph. Inside this, you will have a hello world. See, I have used it here, imported this and actually used wherever I want. I can use it in multiple places also. I want to repeat multiple times. You can do that. Or you can put it in a for loop. You can do that. Right? So this is a component. Understood? All right, we'll come back. So this is the simple component. Okay. And we can also provide an input. For example, I want to provide a name. Okay, let us do it. So for example, so like this. So this is a input parameters. So I will say hello This is actually like how we have shown the same thing. We will actually do a sample. We will say props, and instead of hello world, I will say whatever the name you pass it, you have to say it. So now inside the curly braces, you are saying this is actually a variable. So in the properties, actually, I would have sent name. So use that. That is what actually you wanted to say. And you have to pass it, correct? You are taking it, so you have to pass no. So the variable name is name. So you go to app.js and hello is there and name is equal to, yeah, okay, today Aishwarya has come, so I will put Aishwarya's name. Save. Okay. Hello Aishwarya. You see? So this is giving passing the parameters to one component. All right. Guys, that's it. So it is a component with a parameter. So I hope you understand every component is a function and function returns a UI. Define a function with or without inputs, return some UI elements, and React will display on the screen. Guys, are you clear on this? I hope it is actually clear to you. So let me ask you the poll if you are clear. Yeah, so people who are not actually responding, if you can, I would appreciate, if you can respond. So you responded like this. So 100% you're clear. I'm really happy about it. So now we will go to concept number 2. So what is a JSX? Today we will learn about a JS. JSX is nothing but it is a syntax. It is not a tool or something. It is a syntax that looks very much like HTML that lives inside the JavaScript. That's it. So we will see what is JSX. See, so JS, if you know how to write HTML, then you can write, HTML. So it is a natural language, HTML syntax. And when React is run, that is converted into execution, like JavaScript into play. And on the browser, it renders the values. Okay, let's see it. So yeah, it's like you take any modern browsers, they will use the React, right? I mean, React means React-like. There are so many contenders there. One is React. For React, you have Angular, Vue, like that. They have a lot of things. But every framework has its own, advantages. So React has some. And now, after React, there is something called Next.js has come. Next.js and React.js almost similar. If you learn React.js, you will be able to learn Next.js also. Except very few changes, Next.js is very similar to React. So React is still where the very popular framework that is used. I'm assuming that both React and Next.js both are same. I'm thinking like that. So I'm saying React.js alikes are very, very, very popular. So now we are looking at JSX. How to write JSX? Let us look at it. Okay. So let us see. We will compare JSX with a regular JavaScript. So this is the original function. This is the original way of writing one component, and this is without using JSX. So you will say React.create element. You pass what is the name, type, and what is the class name, what is the value or a caption. So all these things you have to do it. So instead of writing like this, writing JSX is far easy. So okay. So I will show you how to write a JSX. So if you are writing, so I will create one more function. export function button. So I will say return, okay, button and return button, click me and close the button. Okay. Right? So we will now this is how you need to do it. What is that? I don't know. I think this should be working. Sorry. Yeah. So now you see that we have created something. Created a new component called button, and compare this with this. See, it is very clean, right? So all you're doing is saying, it's the HTML button and passing the caption is click me and closing of button and that's it, right? And you can even do without this also directly. So only one item, na? So we can do this. So now how I can do this? We will go to app.js. Below the paragraph, hello component, I will say, first of all, I'll import that. How to import it? I'll import button from sample. Then I will say button. That's it. So let us see if it works. It is. Click me. Right? So let me see if it is really rendering from here or not. We'll go to this, and instead of click me, I will say click this. Okay, yeah, it is working. Got it? That's it. So I hope you understand this. So creating a compare this function on the left versus this. So this is very complicated. It looks like complicated, and writing JSX is very, very easy. Okay. And now we will see how we can make JSX very useful and how to make it dynamic, right? So we have already seen we can pass some values. So for example, here I am passing this properties name. And now what I will do, I will, I will do this. So there is something called user card. I will pass first name, last name. I will pass first name, last name, and age. So these three things it will take. And it will show whether it is adult or minor. So let us look at that. So we will create one more. So this is the user card. Okay. A full name. Let us put everything inside the. So I want everything inside a paragraph. So let me put into their own paragraphs. Okay. So the whole thing should be inside one single. That is why I'll put like this. Okay. Now we have a paragraph, full name, paragraph. Okay. And then we have a paragraph again, and the age, then close it. And then next is this full name should be part of props only. Props dot full name. Age is closed. It is already closed. And then status. Status, new paragraph will start. Status, close. And this is the beginning and this is the ending. So now this is done. Now what I'm doing, I will use this user card. I will display it here. Okay, I will go to app.js. before the function, I will say user card. First of all, let me import it, user card. Then I will let me run this and see how it works. So export user card, imported a user card was not found. Okay, now let us see why it is. Can someone tell me what is the problem here? Anyone? So these two I have given export. This one I have not given export. So you have to export only if the function used by outside. So I have given export here now also. Now it works. Now, so here I'll go to user card. In the user card, full name is, oh, I didn't pass anything, right? That is why all are blank. Now what I will do, I will pass them. User card, what is that? Go to sample. So what is that? First name and last name and age. Okay, these three we have to pass. First name, last name, and age. So app.js user card, I will pass. First name is equal to Rupesh. Then last name is equal to Hello. Then age. Age is equal to 16. You don't believe, but it will be true. So what is the problem? First name is equal to Rupesh, which is very well. Then last name is equal. So now I have saved it. Now I have passed these values to that. Now this should work now. Let us see. Now go to sample. This props, I have sent the first name and last name. This is the full name, then props.full name, then props.age. Okay, good. That should work now. So now that is say, okay, full name is assigned a value but never used. Oh, okay. It says, it says sample 17. So it is saying it is assigned, but it is never used. Why is that? Can someone tell me what is the problem here? Can someone tell me? Someone told me. Oh, good. So Aparna has already told, I didn't see that. Okay, now we have this user card, and this user card I'm giving full name is equal to this, and return this and close it here. Very good. This is user card, but this one doesn't make any sense. I have used here okay. So age is 16, it is working properly, I guess, right? But the names are not coming. Why is that? So let us see if it is props dot first name. Okay. Okay, so this is actually wrong. Sorry about it. So we have to use it in a different way. So what I will do is I will actually finish it. So I will show you that later. Sorry, my bad. With a lot of overconfidence, I did it. So it is not supposed to be done that way. So now this is my first name, last name, and age is equal to 16. And what is the status? So now you see status is equal to, this is the, conditional. The condition is I'm checking if props.age is greater than or equal to 18. If it is 18, then actually I will say adult. If it is not, if it is less, then actually I will say minor, right? So now I'm getting this as a minor. So I think you have understood about this. So basically, inside the function, you can execute a JavaScript, write conditions, if, for loop, everything you can do it. Okay. So you can do everything, and that one will actually give you a lot of readability. So let me format this document. See, it is well formatted, and you will be able to write very effective application. Okay, Aparna has actually, so okay, we will actually see that. So then, Aparna, okay, I'm not taking it right away, but yeah, we will see that. Okay. So I hope you understand this, right? So any question on this? So user card, we have seen it. Now we will go to next thing. Now we have understood how to use the JavaScript inside the JSX, correct? So this is the JavaScript. So we have used it. Next, so JSX is nothing but HTML plus JavaScript. That's it. If you want to execute any JavaScript, put inside the curly braces, and all right, that's it. So now the only requirement is this should return one single parent element. For example, in this case, it is returning div. Inside div, we can do whatever we want. You can add 100 elements, but there should be only one parent element. The parent element here is div. So I hope you understand that, right? So this is concept number 2. Guys, are you clear about it now? Okay, so 90% and 100%. Okay, so I'm good. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I didn't ask this. So I think I should have asked this. So is it easy? Should we skip? Yeah. Okay, so actually I was not very sure if you know React already or not. That is why please vote if you want this session or not. Okay, okay, good. Thanks for giving the clarity. So I hope you are actually React already. So one person knows React already. Sorry, majority wins. So here 5 people are looking, expecting it. So in case you are actually already know React, I think if it makes sense, you attend this. If you are a master in React, then actually, probably you can choose to skip it. I mean, skip the classes. So now let us look at props and state, right? So what is a prop? What is a state? So you know that you can pass something as a properties, or you can use something as a state. State means nothing but the variable values actually. So whatever you have seen so far is a props. Okay, you pass the in the case of I gave you one coffee. So coffee beans, it is a props that is coming from outside. But state is actually like how much water temperature inside, and other things which are there inside it, which are not passed from outside. It is actually state. So in this case, water temperature, how much, it is a state. Then output is your cappuccino. All right. So sometimes many people get confused what is a props and what is a state. So that is why I wanted to be little bit detailed. So, just bear with me. So first of all, props, that is they cannot change props cannot be changed. Okay. And state can be changed. And the purpose is you configure the component. How to configure the component? You look at this. You have already configured the components. For example, user card. I am passing first, what is the first name? What is the last name? Age, you are passing from outside. These are properties. Props. In this one, I will say props. It is for configuring the out component, and state is for tracking the changes. I hope you understand. Now, for example, if you are talking about this, Instagram, props is like what is a post image, URL, caption, author. These are all coming from outside. State is like, state will keep changing. For example, you can click count, you can click like counts, or whether that person has liked it or not. So that is the state. So whichever that's changed inside, that is actually state. What doesn't change is props. Okay, I hope you understand. Let's do an example. So we will do profile card. Okay, so we will do this. So we know it already. So this is actually props, not name, role, and years. So this is actually profile card. Okay, so now you say name Rupesh and role educator, years is equal to 10. So this is the profile card. This is actually props. This will not change. I will not demonstrate. Okay, you know it already. But what is actually state? So state is, I will show you, this is a function, this is a component. I will call it as a counter. Nothing is passed. See this? This is a open bracket and close bracket. Nothing is passed. But okay, it is like this. Let me demonstrate this. I'll copy it and I'll go here. So this is the counter. I will export it so that I can use it outside. I can go to app. I will, instead of user card, I will say counter. Okay, so look at this. Counter is not defined. Why is that? I have not imported counter. Okay, what is this? Import of a body model reorder to the top. Okay, now there is a problem. I just copy pasted. So import cannot be used. So Python is forgiving. If you put import in the middle, it will forgive it, but not JavaScript. JavaScript is actually little brat, so it doesn't like this. So now use state is not defined. Then what to do? Whatever the import is there, I will cut and I will paste it here at the top. Okay. Now you see that, okay, there are two buttons. Let me clear the confusion. I'll go to app.js. I want button is there, I'll remove it. Now I'll click on this. You see, it is incrementing. How it is happening? How it is happening? So you go to sample, you look at this. The user card is there now. There is something called, counter is there now. There is something called count and set count. There is a state, means count is a state, and there is one function that always comes along with count, which is set count. So count and set count, and initially it will be 0. It is a state. Use state means we are using this as a state. Count is a state. Okay, default value is 0, and this count can be, I can display, I can modify, I can do whatever you want. For example, I have clicked, you clicked so many times. Initially, if you refresh this, initially it will be 0. Now, when I click on this, click me, what happens? When on click of this, you say set count, count plus 1 means you are incrementing the counter. Okay. Now, when I click this, you will set the count. That count is automatically updated. See, unlike Python or something where you will set where exactly it needs to be modified, like HTML. HTML, you have to put what value I have to put it here, what value I have to put it here, like that. If you want to, instead of that, you are using the variables directly inside the HTML. So now you click the count variable is there now. So now if I click on it, whenever that variable changes, this is actually updated automatically. Okay, so this is the state. I hope you understand. Any questions, guys? So this is the state. So earlier we have seen the props. Now this is the state. State means you will do something like this. So this is there is no different way of defining the state. So you will say value, variable, set count. So this should be always like this. Count, set count. Okay. And this is always in React. You should always use camel case. Sometimes, the React doesn't mind, but sometimes it will mandate. So make sure, try to put it everything in camel case. Camel case means what? Very simple. Initially, the first word, if you have 2 words or 3 words, first word is small, starting letter is small. On every subsequent or all the other words, first letter is capital. That is the camel case. I hope you understand. Okay, try to understand this. So it is the camel case. There is one more thing, Pascal case. So camel case and Pascal case, I think these are the two different cases that we will use it. All right, so you used state. Now props versus state, I think you know already. Guys, I hope you have understood this. Let me ask this. Are you clear about concept number 3? I think after AI, you look so relaxed. I think you are liking React. Because you can see, right? So definitely, you will like it. Good. Yeah, so I see that, your response rate is very high. Good. I mean, AI is also very good. So, but when you see something in action, so in the next project you do, right? In the next project you do, if you see something is working, na, you will have lot of motivation. So you will get it. So you understood props and versus state, you have understood, right? Now we will go to 4th. Rendering and re-rendering. What is rendering? So rendering is nothing but, whenever state changes, the particular component will be redrawn. Okay. React calls your component function display the result. This is called rendering. But re-rendering means whenever the data changes, it will React call it again and again and again. So for example, in this example, counter, whenever you click that particular component will be redrawn, re-rendered. So this is very important aspect of React, and this is where most problems you will get it. Okay, this is the USP and this is the problematic area. Sometimes, it will go into unlimited. So we will actually see that. So first of all, we will see what is the rendering and how to do that. So initial render means first time message appears. Re-render means whenever the message updated, the data updated, then message updated. Okay. Efficiency is what? What is the unique, thing? What is unique about React? Why React came into picture? This one. Only when the only update what is changed, not the whole billboard. For example, you see this one is there now. For example, say I click on this. For example, I click on this. I'll click on this. Oh no. Let me go to fresh. Now you look at this. I click on this. There is a play. I don't know whether it is Blinkit or not. Blinkit or something. Okay, I think let me go to Blinkit. Okay, now I see, I'll click on add this. So only this is changed, not others. You see that? There is nothing else. See, in the entire blanket, for example, I wanted Amla or I want to increase it. See, nothing else is changing. Okay, only this particular component is changing, and this is actually making this cart icon to change. So this is called updating what exactly is needed. So this is very important. So before we had a React kind of thing, long back means what? You can count like some time around 2000. We were building web pages, but when we are building web pages, if you change something, whole thing we have to modify. So people didn't like it. So if I suppose for example, if I click plus na, whole page will reload. And people really, they didn't like the web pages. So then this is the problem React actually solved it. So now we'll come back to the session. So now only updates what is changed, not the whole billboard. Okay, now we understand. So that is why React is smart. That is why people like the React, because React actually will, no matter how many are there on the screen, it will update only what is required. I'm not telling React only will does it. Now all the modern things will do it, but React actually it is component driven, and this is the first time React did it. That is why React actually, we will say React is very smart, so that it is not that only React does it. Every component, Vue also does it. Even every component does this way only. But I'm saying, since we are talking about React, we were saying React is smart. Okay. Okay. Now, when does the re-rendering happen? Whenever something changes. Whenever you change some value, automatically re-rendering will trigger. And it will not trigger, for example, you look at this. If I click this, only this will change. This component will change. Not this, not this, not this, anything. Only this component will change. Okay. So this is the only conditional update. Now, how does that whole thing happen? First of all, state changes via set state. You should change it via set state. Means you, like for example, here I have called, whenever you click it, I told set count plus 1. Okay. I did set count plus 1. Then only it will update. Okay. Then whenever something set state is called, only then re-rendering will be triggered. Props will change and parent component re-renders. Understood? Good. So I hope you understand what is re-rendering, when it will happen. So we will see re-rendering in examples. So now this is like, I want to show the numbers, and there is something called use effect. This runs every second. How? Whenever something changes, actually I have put it here. So whenever, in the interval of 1,000, it keeps calling. Okay. So here you see that this is a component, timer component. This has seconds and set seconds. Initially it will be 0. Now this is use effect. So this is one new construct we are learning now. This use effect, in the sense, this keeps this keeps executed. Okay. This keeps executed, and now return seconds, bracket open, seconds. Now this timer will have seconds, and this seconds will return will update every second. It'll update what? S is equal to S plus 1. Okay, state will change. Initially S will be there and S is equal to S plus 1. This is what actually it will happen. Understood? Now this is what actually will update. So this is the re-rendering example. So we will actually see that. Okay. So if you want to see how it works, so basically, okay, let us actually look at, okay, we saw this, right? How the re-rendering works. Now we will go step by step. First of all, this is a problem. All right. So now I'll copy this and I will run this and I'll create one more. So here this is the export function. Okay, this is message. Now what I'm doing here, I hope you can see it. Let me increase the font in case you are not seeing it. So first of all, console.log is there, you have done, then it returns. It returns what? There is a text and set text. When button on click, then you say set text. So then it will happen. You know that whatever you set, it will do. So I think we have already seen this in the case of counter. Correct? Now, you first of all, text is updated, and when text is updated, the whole thing is updated. Means it will render again. Okay. So there is one thing I think this is actually getting, I mean, you did not get what exactly you learned, right? First of all, you need to understand this. What is the trigger? What is the render and commits and browser? So these are the four things that are involved. First of all, trigger. Trigger means what? What exactly caused the render? So in this case, when I click it, this is a trigger. This has triggered the props change. Okay. Then React will call the component function. So React will call the component function. For example, in the previous example, this will render everything. The whole thing will be rendered. Okay. For example, okay, let us actually write for loop. Okay. Whenever, I mean, we want to see whether only this will change or the entire component is rendered, we will see it. Okay, because you want to get some kind of this one, right? So now this is the function we are going to try. Okay, what exactly we are trying? Whenever you increase the count, okay, so instead of count is showing so much, what I want to do, I want to do this. I want to write a for loop, and in the for loop, I want to this repeat multiple times. You click like that, not even times. Now for that, what I will do is, see, you know that if you want to write a JavaScript, you need to start with a thing. Okay. Now here, this is a JavaScript. Now what I will do, I will say, I will say, okay, there are multiple ways of doing it. Let me do it in a simple way. So first of all, here, if you want to do the, I mean, I think there is no way we can actually do simple way, but yeah, let us not actually make this, complicated. So what we will do, first of all, what we want to do is very simple. I want to uh, copy this. I want to copy this. So I want to repeat it multiple times. That is my, that is what actually I want to do. Then what to do? There is something called map. Map means, that this is actually very famous in JavaScript. Map means even this will have, Python also has, means it will repeat so many times. So what are so many times? So for example, if you want to do, there is some in JavaScript, you will actually do this. You have component, expand this array of this count is there so many times, count. Okay, right? So this is the expand this so many times. Okay, dot map. Okay, so many times it repeats map, and even in Python you will pass what is the current value and the index. So what is the value and what is the index, and uh, and here, yeah, this one, yes. And now, so when this happens, for each value, I want to repeat this multiple times. Okay, I want to repeat this multiple times. So you want to map this, and you want to repeat this multiple times. Now, okay, so when you map, you have to repeat. So it is done. It is done. Then this is closed. This is closed, and that is, everything is closed. Okay. Now this is little bit this function. The only one thing you need to master in JavaScript is this. How to, this looks very, very complex. If you can master this, then you know JavaScript very well. So please try to understand how to write this map functions or, anonymous functions. Though these things you need to master. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand well. So I think it is not very difficult thing. You can do it. Let me format it. So now this is the values, and actually you will map this, and you for each value and index. I want to push this. You click the. And I want to click so many times. Okay, I have saved it. Saved it. Now I'll go here. Oh, okay. Refresh this. Now I'll click this. You see, one time it has come. Now if I click again, two times it has come. That means what? Whenever you click it, not only that particular value is changing, but the whole component is getting rendered. So this is what actually I wanted to say. So trigger is button and render is, it will render the whole thing. Okay, don't think that only values are replaced. It will render the whole component. Then commits. What is commit? So now you see that, see, there is something called DOM. Okay, DOM means, look at this. If you do, if you go to, this is one more thing you need to understand. You go to show web inspector, or on the Chrome, you press F12. Okay, you will get it. Now you see elements. So you have HTML, under HTML you have body, under body you have div, under div you have one more div, one more that you have a header, and under that you have a paragraph. This is called DOM. You understand? So this is entire hierarchy is DOM. So whenever something, when you click on something, this DOM needs to be updated. So that is called React updates the actual DOM. Okay. So any questions so far? Once DOM is updated, then browser means what? the Safari or Chrome, that will automatically take it from that and actually it will render. Okay, so there is a bridge between React and browser. React will update DOM, and when DOM is updated, automatically this will be updated. So that is why you see you keep on clicking on, and then that will be updated. Understood? All right. So now I'll come back to this. Let me conclude this, guys. Only this one, right? So it is little bit of a difficulty is there, but try to understand how I know JavaScript handles the functions. If you can understand that, you are the master of React or JavaScript. Only one thing you need to understand. Okay. And DOM. So, div, there is a div, you have another div, you have a header, then P, all these things are there. For example, hello, Aishwarya, all these things are there, right? So you understand. Okay. Now, except this, which you need to master this, right? So have you understood? So let me ask you this question. This is concept number 4. Guys, I will take 10 more minutes. I will finish it as soon as possible. Then next is, we will also try to understand how large React code bases stay maintainable. So this is very important. Why? Guys, see, small things, this is, it's okay maintainable, but how do you maintain large code bases? Everything goes inside the app? No, it is not. So I will show you that. So basically, the large component, a large project, what they will do component composition. So one example I will show you. One example. Okay, so let me show you the learning portal. The learning portal, actually, if you open, you see that, you have SRC, then course prep, DB, deploy, UI. Under UI, you have a SRC. Under SRC, you have a component. See, look at this. Lot of components are there. So this is why I can actually handle what is a login form, what is a profile pop-up, what is register pop-up, assignment link, assignments, user list, everything is here. So even header is a one thing. Like in the header, what needs to go, and what are the icons, what is the layout. High level, you will have a sidebar, you will have a header. So what is sidebar? Sidebar will have all the menus. How many menus are there? Like this, you will be making it components. Everything is components, breaking UI into tiny reusable pieces. You will never maintain the application like the whole thing. So the whole home page is not one single page. So you have to break that UI into tiny reusable pieces. Then you need to have a right folder structure. Organizing by feature, not by, for example, look at this. What I have done it. Say for auth, I have a folder called auth. Under that, you have a login form, profile, register, settings pop-up. All these things are here. In common, what is there? In course preparation, what is there? I create a batches, I create the courses, and I create a projects, all these things. For everything, one component will be there. Understood? For creating sessions, I have session card, session detail, session list. Like this, it will be there. So that it is easy to manage. Otherwise, see, this itself is not very manageable. Okay. So if you actually keep using the same thing, then it will be, that is why they say you should have a right folder structure, should have the right component composition, and then shared state management. Okay. For example, if I open this and I click on this, and I can use, I will actually share the state, means who is the logged in user, all those things. And custom hooks. So this one we will talk later. What is a hook? but I hope you understand what is component composition, what is a folder structure, all these things. I think you know it very well. So this is the feature-based structure. What is a feature-based? So each feature, for example, authorization, login, sign up, use auth, like this, one component. And then dashboard, widgets, icons, use dashboard, all these things is in dashboard. Like this, we will have feature-based structure, we will do it. So this is the most popular one. Okay. And if I go back to this, you see that you have a session, and inside, for example, session card. The session card will have, say, there is an import, and then there is a configuration, then utility. All these things are there, right? So now this is how it is there. So now you have user card, or like, for example, you will get avatar from somewhere else and use avatar in user card, username in this one, like this, right? I hope you understand why this matters. So it can be scalable, testable, team collaboration, maintainable, all these things are there. Otherwise, if you put everything in one place, it will become a hell to make this change. Now we will understand how AI can help with the large code bases. Okay, so if you have, suppose you already have a thing, now you want to maintain it, right? So then these are the questions you can ask to AI to help. All right. So I hope you understand. Now these are the self-learn challenges. So thinking in React, there is something called official React docs. Open it and run this. This is a very nice one. Actually, I will tell you. Okay. So next is, there is something called React for beginners. So that I have used myself. So use that. And then so all the programs, you write it, and there are other things also, go through that. And this actually, today, use this hands-on challenge, do it yourself. So, what you need to do, you understand the existing code and make the safe change, how to do it. So now this is okay, I will actually update this. There is a problem here. I will give you the code, and once I give the code, use that, and what prompts you need to provide to the AI. Okay. And then how can I change the button? So all these things you ask it and then actually get it. Make sure you really can modify the source code, because AI will be there, but you need to validate what AI is giving. So that is important. See, AI will do the coding. You don't need to write the entire code, but at least you need to know, you should be able to identify if there's an issue or all those things, you should do it. That is right now, that is what your manager expects you to do. Your manager will not expect you to write all the code, except few projects where you are not supposed to do AI. Otherwise, they will allow you to write the code using AI, but that should be compact, that should work the way that is intended, all these things. For that, you need to understand, how to write a prompt and all those things. And then actually, once you provide it, what is the problem you need to identify, and then you should direct the AI, all these things you should do it. I hope you're clear on this, guys. So whatever I told you about the task at hand, are you clear? So let me ask you this question. All right. So you treat that AI is your pair programmer, right? You should use the AI programmer. I will actually tell you how to use the AI the better way. I will show you the GitHub Copilot and other things, how you can make the best use of it. You can do that. Okay. All right. So please actually, complete this hands-on challenge today. I mean, before tomorrow, right? Okay. So then today's key takeaways are this. So React components are just functions that returns the UI. JSX is HTML, but use the JavaScript. Props flow down from parent, and re-rendering happens when the state prompts change. AI is your friend. Okay. And let's go to the quiz time now, right? So what is the main purpose of JSX in React? So can you answer this? To make the JavaScript run faster, or to provide readable syntax, or to replace HTML completely? So please make a choice. Okay, you are responding faster. So good. So this, you responded all selected number 2. So you are right to provide the readable syntax for writing the UI code. You know it very well, so I won't go details. Question number 2. When should you use state instead of props? When the data comes from the parent component, or when data needs to be read-only, when data changes over time within the component, or when you want to pass data to the child components. So what is the answer? So let me, yeah, you have 10 seconds to answer this. Okay, this is how you selected, and answer is C, when data changes. Why not B? When data needs to be read-only, you need to pass it as a parameter, I mean props, not the state. Then question number 3. What triggers React components to re-render? So you read the options carefully. Only when you change refresh page, or when status changes every second automatically, only when you click a button. So here is your options. You have 10 seconds. This is little bit confusing, but if you think carefully, you can answer it. Okay, you made your choices. Okay, so the answer is when React component will re-render, not when you click a button. Suppose if the button doesn't update the value, it will not re-render. Okay, only when the state changes. Only when the state changes, it will happen. Understood? So only when the not when you click. For example, look at this. So here, yeah, suppose you go to counter. When the counter, if that says count is equal to count plus 1, guys, will it work? Will it work? Will it work? So actually, the count is actually a read-only value, because if you want to change count, you need to change counter only. For example, let us do one more example. Okay. Let counter is equal to 0 and counter is equal to counter one. Guys, look at this. So you have given counter is equal to counter plus one. Now I want to show the counter here. Okay. So now you click counter. So now see that I have set counter is equal to counter plus one. Guys, tell me now whether this will be updated or not when you click it. When I click it, does it change to one or not? That is the question. Okay, guys, I think we are done. So those who are in actually urgent, they can leave. But okay, so this is the last question. Then actually we are calling that off. Now the question is, yeah, will it? You click the big zero is there? Does zero becomes one or not? That is the question. If it is yes, why? If it is no, why? You have 15 seconds. Okay. So this will not actually change. Why? So let me see. Let me show you. Click it. Nothing is going to happen. I'm clicking it. Nothing is happening. Why is that? Because see, whenever the state changes, when the state changes, when you use set counter like that, it will happen. Otherwise, it will not be called. So that is why we have constant. We will have counter, comma, counter plus set counter. Use state. Now I will say set counter. That's it. So now you see that when I will refresh, click on this. Now it will update. So that is why the counter and set counter. So set when you do set counter, only then the state will be updated or it will be re-rendered. Otherwise, it will never be re-rendered. Only when you call set counter, only then it will be rendered. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope this has given you very good understanding about React. So please learn the React because you want to be a full stack developer. Full stack developer need to know one UI. So this is very important. And see, from the interview perspective, see, you need to understand what is a hook, what is state, when it is re-rendered. All these things you should know. So that is very important from the interview perspective. And from the, you should also know how to build the applications also. So that is why you will use the AI and you will understand master the concepts and you will, develop the code. I mean, render the, generate the code using the AI. Okay, so guys, that's all. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. So congratulations. Thinking in React, you have done the first part, and this is actually this is actually the React is something you will definitely like. And so please use please do as many examples as possible. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So any other questions you have, guys? Okay, no other questions. So I will actually upload this. I will upload the video also as soon as possible. Probably it will be there within 1 hour, I guess. Then See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a class around at 10 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. So just to remind you, I'm telling you this. Thank you very much. Ninder, no questions today also.
Yes, sir. No questions.
Sorry.
No, sir. No, sir. Nothing.
Okay. I guess you like the today's session, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Just I have to go through this first. We use some commands, no, sir, to to set up the all this UI setup and SRC sources like that.
Okay. Good. Okay, so just follow this. And actually, this is not there, as part of you. So what you need to do is, see, you have two things you have to do. One is npx create React app Amazon. This is one thing. And next thing is npm start. These two you remember. npx. So I will actually send you that. So create React app is same, but Amazon is the project name, right? I will send you that. How to create React apps to run npm start. Okay, so please take the tests. I think some people, few people are not taking. Please take all of you. Please take the tests. Thank you.